All right. We're gonna do this thing, and we're gonna make sure that it's all good to go. Last chapter was really good, really, really good. I am hyped for this chapter. Goodness gracious, I am hyped for this chapter because family leaders are about to fight, man. Family leaders are about to fight. Well, I hope family leaders fight. There's a chance that they don't fight. It's a good chance they don't fight. Actually, like fisticuffs, right? It's a good chance that doesn't happen. Because I think someone left a comment and they said, I don't think the family leaders are going to fight because they would kill everybody if they really start fighting. Just the blowback from their attacks clashing and just the range in which they would reach the destructive nature and the destructive force. They're like that. Everyone would die. And I'm like, I thought about that. I was like, yeah, it's true. You know, we've seen whenever super powerful people fight against each other and how you can get caught up. Like, the first example that pops into my head is on the Hell Train, whenever Yuri and Karaka are fighting and she does that technique. And like all the flowers and it just catches everybody up in it. Also, what also comes to mind is being at the last station and Ivan Kell just going crazy with the fire and everyone's burning. It's just like when powerful people fight, it's easy. I'm trying to say easy to have casualties. Easy. It's easy to have casualties because just the destructive force that these individuals have. So I don't know if they're gonna fight. I want them to fight. I want to see them throw hands. I do. What's up? What's up? Hold on. I can't see. The screen's too far away. What's up, crazy? All right. Let's open up the chapter. What? Ooh. Are they gonna fight? When's the last time we had a warning? We haven't had one of these in a while. Okay. Right? We haven't had one of these in a while. Hold on. It's the downside to having glasses. They get dirty. Hold on. I'm ruining everything. My bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. If you're in the States, happy Labor Day. If you're not, happy Monday. Does this track fit? Hold on. That works. All right. Here we go. This episode contains depictions of violence that may be upsetting for some readers. The branch leader's animals belong to me, first and foremost. I love the line. Traumer was talking hot, and I liked it. I liked it. They change shape when I command them. And it's not only their appearance that changes. What is this power? Their power changes as well. That's right. His little geckos in his mouth. Damn it, no. Leviathan is reacting too. This ship is filled with animals under my control. It's the perfect battlefield for me. This is my territory. And that's when Gustang opens up the gate of Babylon behind him. What the heck? Blades. Kill them. Alright. I'll kill them. It's... Goodness gracious. What is the damage? What's gonna happen? Okay. Alright. They're moving like Omega beams? They're not going in straight lines? What? Which way am I looking? Dude, they're just... That's crazy. Look how close they are. Holy crap. Look how close they are. Nah. No. No way! Nah, he turned them into chunks. I'm going to incinerate those disgusting hunks of meat. Yo. Nah, he's cold, bro. He's cold. What? What? He cut them up and then you call this your territory? All I see is a bunch of useless trash to burn. If you ask me. Your battleship looks more like a garbage dump to me. Bro. Gaston. If you keep insulting me like that. Are they about to regenerate? What's happening? You'll be crushed to death by all this. That's disgusting. What are you doing? That's nasty. Ew. Now they're just one gigantic monster? Are they just one gigantic monster, or are they all are disgustingly cool? Gaston would be so cool if we didn't already know he was all. I can overlook it, man. I'm telling you, I'm trying. I can overlook it. It's not like she's actually young. Oh gosh. I can overlook it. Alright, I'm really getting sick of this. You know very well that all these little bugs can't stop me. When are you going to stop hiding behind them? Maybe I'm not hiding. See, at certain panels he looks cool, and then other panels he looks ridiculous. Like last chapter, he had a bunch of panels he looked cool in. He looks ridiculous right here. Maybe I'm not hiding. What if I can fight you? Ha. Then come out and fight me, asshole. Do you think I won't? You talking a lot for someone who's claiming the fight. That's just me. And like, instead of doing all this, like, if you want to fight me, like, if you're gonna fight, come on, let's fight. Stop talking. Stop doing all this, yeah, rah, 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 yapping at the jaw. Just come fight. Because the quicker we fight, the quicker we can get this over with. I'm not gonna get in a shoving match back and forth with you. I'm not about to get into a verbal altercation with you. If we're gonna fight, let's fight. But we know they're playing Galaxy chess, so there's reasons why he may not want to jump in. So it's like, if you wanted to fight, you would have hopped in. That's right. I don't think you will. What the hell is what? Because you're a coward. Dude, what kind of blade is that? Like, what is that? He destroyed them again. He destroyed them again. You can stab, slice, and burn as many of them as you want. As long as you're in my territory, I can bring these creatures back and make them as powerful as I like. Is that right? But that doesn't change the fact that they're all useless pieces of trash. Where are we going with this? What, like, ooh, orb. Your memory seems to have gotten much worse than before. What if I unleash that one? The one whose arrogance knows no limit. Go ahead. Is he going to use his orb? Because we haven't seen that yet. Right? We have not seen him use his orb. We've seen him flick cigarette ashes and use the Gate of Babylon, right? Go ahead. He destroyed the orb? Nuh-uh. I haven't seen that ugly face in ages. Bro. Look at Coon standing here like he's a Chad. What's going on here? Did he destroy that orb? Bro, what am I even... Hold on, time out. What am I even... Thought I knew what I was looking at. What am I even looking at? He has the orb up here. He says, go ahead, and then it just blows up. And there's a gajillion blades everywhere. That... He's making it rain with fire. He is... Oh, what's this? What's this? What is that? So he's making it stronger again. Poison Dragon Vanquish. I can see why the family leaders don't fight each other. Because this would just get annoying after a while. Like, depending on where we're fighting, I'm here, you do this, I destroy it, you just create another one, it's stronger, I destroy it again. It just is back and forth until we just don't want to fight no more? Is that what's happening? See why they don't fight each other. He is unfazed. That's enough. He just moved his hand. He just moved. He just. That's all he did. Hey, why are you standing there? Are you trying to get yourself killed? This is my chance. Let's get out of here. I can do this. Coon? What are you, like, what? I said this, was it last week or 2 weeks ago when I said Coon is going to hop in, interrupt this fight? I know you can't stand each other. You also argue that these are the 2 weakest of the floor. True. You can argue that these two are the weakest. Kasanga's support type wave controller, and Trauma is mostly relies on his animals, even though he is a spare bear. That is something to note. I know you can't stand each other, but you're still family leaders after all. Doesn't it seem rather undignified to fight in such a small, dark hole of a place? If I set everything up for you, would you like to have a proper fight? If I'm Gustang, I'm looking at him like, boy, you better back up before you end up dying. I only ask that you let us in on the fight as well. But we decide on the prize. Whoever wins the showdown gets to have bomb. That's my point. It's like, What? Kun? Hey! Who gave you the right to decide that? Kun's just he's just trying to wheel and deal. I get the feeling that the location of a fight matters quite a lot to the Pobedal family leader. So we'll let the Pobedal family decide where to hold the showdown. Kasong like, what's he up to? What's he up to? Nonsense. Why would I accept such an idea? And the winner will be decided with a game of chess. Kun, I'm sick of you and your damn games of chess. I want to fight. I want to play board games. Damn it, boy. It's like, gosh, I want to fight. I'm tired of board games. I want to fight. In order for us to win, we have to reach the arena without being caught by either of you before your showdown begins. Starting the day after we leave the battleship, if either of you can catch us and capture Bomb, we'll surrender. But if we win, both families must agree not to touch Bomb. How does that sound? If you ask me, it seems like a pretty good deal. It's like, this is where I'm tired of, one, making Kun relevant in these situations, two, not having them fight when they're already here. Right. That's a good point as well. Like, Gasong not knowing what Kun is up to. This is why, I can't believe these words are biting me. Whenever Kun had his chess game against Traumare, and you were led to believe that Kun was having a moment, and then in all actuality, it was like Traumare playing him the whole time. To me, that was a perfect display of giving someone a moment, but not really giving them the moment, and still keeping the established structure of power and mind games in order. Because it's like, ooh, Kun's having this moment, you have this whole chapter, and then the rug just snatched from you. And it's just like, I thought that was just a really, that's just a really good way to do that. But this has been my whole plight with this boy. What makes Kun important is not his physical ability. It's not his fighting prowess. It's this. This was always why he was important, why he stood out in the series. And when we started to go up against older people and stronger people, this alone wasn't enough for him. So the fact that we are still in the same situation where this alone isn't enough for him, but he is now trying to enact mind games against two family leaders, just doesn't make sense to me. It don't work. Because he's failed mind games against people that are less experienced than these two. You get what I mean? He's been outsmarted by people less cunning than them. He just was outsmarted by this man not even a chapter or two ago. It's been less than 2 chapters where he tried to make a plan, and the plan literally got thrown back in his face. So for him to come up with another plan, and if this plan ends up working, it's just like, what the hell are we doing? Like, seriously. I don't know. I don't know. Let me continue. If you ask me, it seems like a pretty good deal. Come on, take the offer. Take it. If they say yes, we still have a chance of winning. Pobedal Gasong seems to be using Bomb to try to lure Traumare to a certain place. And as for Traumare, since he can't stop this war, he needs some way to secure victory. This offer satisfies both of their wishes while giving us a chance to win. Please take the offer. And what I don't get either when it comes to this, right? It's just, what I don't understand is, I mentioned this whenever Kun brought up the chess game to Traumare. It's just like, why are these god beings listening to this person? Why wouldn't they just uppercut him and turn him in the dust and continue doing what they are doing? Unless they see a way that they can manipulate this. I don't know. That's just me. It's just like, I don't know. It's just, I understand. I'm not mad at Kun for trying to come up with a way to stay alive, right? I'm not just saying that Kun should just sit there and accept death and then just be fodder to them. I want him to try to do this, but for it to actually work, I don't know. This offer satisfies both their wishes while giving us a chance to win. Please take the offer. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. All right. Yes. But the game must take place at the time and place of our choosing within the next week. If you fail to reach the designated area in time, you both lose. And our family will do our very best to catch you before then, of course. Doesn't matter. This war is going to happen anyway. It's too late to avoid it now. We agree as well. We'll meet you at the arena in 1 week. We'll try our best to make it there. So it's just like, we're just supposed to let you walk away now? In 1 week. This war will be settled. Well, that concludes our negotiations. We'll be going now. We don't know where the showdown. That's what I'm saying. It's just like Kun tried to like, all right, I got this Flynn, and now I'm just gonna walk out of here. It's like they're not gonna let you walk out of here. We don't know where the showdown is taking place yet, so message us when you make up your mind. He's trying to walk off. Hold on. That's what this little game of yours may be amusing, but I can't simply let you walk away when I already have you in my grasp. I'm going to add a few conditions. Conditions? That's right. Just in case you try to run away. I'm assigning branch leader Lopo Bia El Baba to keep an eye on you. Go with them, El Baba. But he'll only contact me if you run away from the showdown, okay? What? But Lord Tromare, if you don't go, you'll lose your last few remaining family leaders, El Baba. I'm sorry, sir. I'll go. Secondly, you're all still on my battleship. I'll let you go as promised, and I won't send any branch leaders after you. But as for you, Irregular, if you really want to escape from this place, shouldn't you do it by yourself? If you can escape from this battleship without the help of Gaston or any other rankers, I'll accept your offer. Can you do that? Yes, I can. I'll see you at the arena. Okay. That was very astute of you, Lord Tromare. I see you never intended to let the regular go in the first place. Garura appears to intend to use the submarine to pass through the battleship's main central water tank. But the Shinsu pressure there isn't so But the Shinsu pressure there is so strong that not even rankers can withstand it. Plus, in the depths of the water tank, that divine sea animal is currently on the loose, is it not? The regular will never escape from here by his own efforts. This reminds me of season 1. That divine sea animal even wiped out an entire branch of the low. What the hell? What is this thing? The whole branch? No matter how powerful the regular may be, there's no way he can fight that monster. It reminds me of the bull back in season 1. It's like, it's this beast and yada yada yada. Alright, what are you guys saying? That'll make Bomb upset, and Bomb's the ultimate prize for them. We literally don't want to displease him. If he wasn't known to be Bomb's friend, they would have turned in the mist the moment he started talking. I thought internally he's begging though. It's so funny. Okay. I get it. I don't know. I think that's been my issue. That's been my own. honestly, that's been my only issue with the series as of recently. And I feel like it's because I don't know. I have this feeling that Coon and Rock right now have been so underutilized in the series. And they're so underleveled that I think eventually CU might have planned to do something with them. We know that. He already set stuff up for him. It's just a matter of time of when. And for whatever reason, I think that CU either pays attention to what the fandom says. He's either paying attention to what the fandom says or someone's in his ear. Because their reintroduction back into the series when it comes to the nest and how integral they've been, it's not working. It's not working for me. And it's not because I don't like Coon and I don't like Rock. I have my issues with their characters. He's over. Yeah, it feels like he's listening to people complain about the three of them not being together. So he's doing way too much to make them be together. And it's kind of like not making sense. It's not kind of not making sense. It's not making sense to me. They did not need to be included in the white fight. They didn't. I'll stand on that. They did not need to be included into that. Bomb could have did that on his own. And this whole thing with them, I don't know, just it feels weird to me that family leaders have been out of the way for a while, excuse me. They've been out of the way for a while now. And now that the family leaders are active, these regulars are people like they're having conversations with regulars and stuff. That's not their own regulars from their families. Right? It's different like if a family leader's talking to a regular from his own family, whatever. But to just be holding casual conversations with regulars, just I don't know. In my brain it seems odd. It might not be odd for the series, but for me it just feels weird. To be in these situations where a regular could just walk up in the midst between two family leaders quarreling and be like, hey, I have a plan or I have a deal for you guys. That just seems like, it seems crazy to me. Granted, I get it. This is only happening because he's Bomb's friend and they both want Bomb. Right, I get that. But even with that context, it just feels weird. Right? It just feels weird. It feels weird this is the issue too. It's been so long, I don't remember what rank Coon and Rock are supposed to be. I don't remember. I remember what rank Bomb is. Bomb is C. Because he was a C rank taking on the ranker test and he passed. Were they all C rank? I don't remember if they all were C. I guess they all were C because they all climbed at the same time, right? But it's just like it just doesn't make sense to me. Bomb I have no issue with. I know people have an issue with Bomb and all this. I don't have any issue with Bomb because he's an irregular. Is he different than all the other irregulars that we've seen? Yes, he is. Because all of the irregulars, all the family leaders, Udek included, they all came into the tower with power. That rhymed. They all came into the tower with power already. From everything we know about Bomb, he came into the tower with nothing. He just came into the power with latent abilities. Just abilities to devour and that's it. And just an affinity to do things. So it's the entry into the tower is so vast between them. Yes, it's like Bomb is an irregular, but he doesn't compare to them. But eventually he will be that strong. So I have no issue with Bomb overcoming things or Bomb powering up quick. I think what CU's been doing with Bomb since coming back from hiatus, the little shift in like the character change a little bit. I like that. And I like that he's using techniques that he's already previously gathered, because Bomb went a long time without using older techniques. It was just like, I learn a new technique, I use a new technique until I learn a new technique, and then I don't use the old technique. But since we've come back from hiatus this time, he's used transformation, both of them. He's used the wings. He's used he's using all of his different abilities. He's using reverse flow control. He's doing all of these different techniques. He just needs to throw the Shinsu loop in there. We'll be all right. But like I like that. So if he continues to get stronger, right? If he continues to get stronger and whatnot, I'm cool with that, because he's an irregular at the end of the day. I have no issue with him whatsoever. It's everyone else. Right? It's everyone else that is the issue. It's everyone else. Most of Bomb's friends have been operating at 2 levels above where they are for the longest time. Yes. It's hard to say because in all of these skirmishes that they've gotten into, there's always been someone really strong with them as well. But yeah, you are right. That's why you wish they would have held off on the war stuff until after they all finished climbing the tower. This is the weird thing for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. If they didn't go into this war stuff now, I don't know how interested I would be in the series. But I'm kind of over the tower climbing stuff. We did it, we experienced the floor of tests in season 1, and almost all of season 2 was climbing. And we had our different adventures and stuff, and I'm cool on the climbing. I'm cool on going through the tests and doing all that. The direction that the series took, I'm happy, but then kind of not, because of the side effects of turning the series in this direction. Kind of cool on seeing the climbing stuff. I'm kind of cool on that. If that happens, then all right. But it's never been my favorite. It's never been my favorite thing of this series, if I'm being honest. I'm just at this point, I'm down for turning one of these hiatuses into a time skip, because we're all sitting here. We know there's going to be another hiatus. We just know there is. We don't know if it's going to be this year or next year. We don't know when it's going to be, but there's going to be another one. At this point, steer the series into a point where we can time skip, and then hiatus us for however long CU needs the hiatus to be. And I'm at that point. I'm really at that point of just time skipping us and get everybody back whenever they're rankers and whatnot. So it's the only thing that makes sense to me, because then once you do that, you dispel all the issues that I'm currently having. Bomb can still take the test with his friends. Would the family leaders let him do it though? That's the point. That's the whole thing. Would the family leaders let him climb freely? We know they had dialogue about it. We know some of them we know that some of the family leaders don't care. We know that some want to just stop him in his tracks And we know that some want to let him climb. And that's why they've never been able to come to an agreement. That's why Jihad allowed Tramre to do what he's doing right now. That's the whole thing. We know that they've come, that they have a vested interest in him. They can't stop him from climbing. That's a tower rule. It is a tower rule, but you don't think they'll try to break it? We know that there was dialogue between them on what to do with him. That's factual. We read that in the series. Some want to interfere, some don't care, and some just want to let him climb. And they couldn't come to an agreement, so Jihad was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. So we know that's the case. I don't think that they come to a consensus of let him climb all the way to the top and let him become a ranker. I don't think they do that. The only reason they let Udek do that because he was strong. He's as strong as them, if not stronger than them. That's why they just let him do whatever. I don't want to be a part of what y'all doing. Leave me alone. I'll leave y'all alone. Fine. And they let him climb, and then he's doing whatever the hell he wants to. He went off to his own little corner, and he leaves everybody alone. That's it. It's because Bomb, because of the implications, because of whose child he is, because he is possibly the key to bringing all this down. They can't let him just be free. That's one thing they just can't let him do. So I see no way Bomb goes and climbs. So even if we time skip, this is why I feel like it's going to be the whole, for every shonen that has a battle structure and a tier structure, it's just like Naruto is again in forever. It's all these other, all these different people, they all stay the lowest level until they become the leader, and then they just be made the leader. Just like I can see him being a regular for the entirety of the series. His status of regular or ranker doesn't matter. He isn't a regular. He's not bound by the contracts that they need to take. He's not bound by that. So I don't see him needing to climb so that he can gain access to more things. Eventually, yes, he will get to 134 because he has to go up against a Jihad. But there's no way we get to 134 and then he comes back and then we go back again. I don't think that happens. I think when he gets to 134, it's the decisive battle. The only reason why I say that is Bomb can he could go off to some remote part of the tower. He can train, he can get more powerful. He can actually become a slayer in the time skip. He can climb up the ranks of FUG. He can do all these things, but not climb. Let everybody else climb. And then when we come back from the time skip, everybody is rankers. He's still the regular. Maybe it's been a minute since they've seen him. Maybe now Bomb, Juviel Grace is not the Slayer candidate anymore, but he is the Slayer. And all of these, there's so many different things that you can do. And he could not climb. He does not need to climb the tower like they need to climb the tower so that they can be able to fly and they can be able to do all the things that a ranker can do. He doesn't need that. So it's like he can go do so many different things. He can do so many different things. 100% Bomb will not stop climbing. If he gets forced to do something else, I can see that happening. The reason I don't want to time skip is because of losing all the floor world building. We could see it through Bomb's eyes. Because when we come back for the time skip, Bomb would have to keep climbing. He would have to keep climbing. He would have to keep climbing because he has to get up there. She was obviously setting up Bomb defeating Udek's 50-year record. I guess so. Yeah, he can. Train on 454 for hundreds of years. He could not climb all the way. He can get to a certain point. He can get to a certain point. And it's not like we've seen them take every single floor test either. So I don't think we've seen them take every floor test. It wasn't in season 2 they would go off and take the floor test and then come back if they passed or failed. That was sweet and sour, right? Didn't that happen? So it's like, even it's, I don't know. And he could stay on certain. I just think of a time skip, and I think of Bomb doing something. I think of, I don't know, my brain, I don't see the family leaders letting Bomb get out of their sight. I don't see that happening whatsoever. All right, I don't see them letting him out of the sight. I don't, unless something massive happens. There's a huge battle, everything gets scattered, and then he just goes somewhere. I can see him taking his time climbing, not trying to speed run it. I can see him taking his time climbing. I also can see him going to somewhere that Jihad's kingdom just isn't. I could see him being tasked going different places. Go F off over there where no one is. This remote part of the tower where Jihad's army has no influence. And then come back with something. Like all the different items that Jihad has, like Mystery Island, all these different places, there's so many. The tower is not just, okay, we just need to climb it. There's so many other things in the tower that we can discover. Like, never in a million years would I have thought that there's this thing called the hidden floor, and it's somewhere at the end of this thing, and there's so many different things that you can do. I'm not saying he just needs to stay on one floor for 500 years. He can go up floors. He can go off to some distant place on the floor where no one is, or go off somewhere or do something. I don't know. It's just, so I'm like, it's just like there's so many different things that Bomb can do. Like, because there's no telling what's going to happen up into time skip. Like, what if we get to a point where Bomb realizes that maybe I need to become a Slayer? Maybe become a Slayer is the best case scenario. Maybe he needs to do something to become a Slayer. What's the Slayer test? I don't know what the Slayer test is. What if he needs to go do something somewhere? Like, I don't know. There's so many different things that can happen that could occupy his time in a time skip while everyone else climbs the tower. I have no idea. I agree. What's Bomb rushing to? Literally, Jihad's just death. I don't know. I would like to see in the beginning it was FUG who was pushing so hard to climb quickly without, is that falling or failing? Without failing. But he's big enough now that I think he can leave for a few years. There's so many different ways you can take him. There's so many different ways you can take him. But it's just, I think in the current state where it is right now, well, we don't know what floor we're on, right? Yes, we do. No, we don't. We don't know what floor we're on. 54? We're on 54? We are on 54? Because I thought the nest was on 52. But then he was teleported. What was the highest floor we climbed? That's a question I need to ask. When we went and took the ranker test and did all this stuff, what was the highest floor we climbed? Climbed to anyways. Because I'm like, we need to take the test. We need to go floor to floor. It's like, if we just jumped from 52 to 54 because we were teleported, then what the hell? I don't know. It's just like if a family leader is like, I'm taking you with me in spatial distortion, like, what happens? It teleports somewhere. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, there's so many different things that Bomb can do. I think we'll see where C is taking the rest of the series after this family head versus family head arc. Bomb gets what he wants to start this conflict, Jinsung. If we get him. Then went to 54 for the ranker test, and then went back down to the next. But are they still on? So what floor did they get teleported to? What floor is the battleship on? They went up to 54 for the ranker test and then went back down to the nest. 44? The battleship's on 44? 90% sure that they're on 50 right now. Okay. Because I don't think we ever got it confirmed. I think it's just information that if you know, you know. And I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Yeah, I don't need to see Bomb taking the test. I think it'd be cool to be like, oh, he's on this floor, he's on that floor, or we check back in with him and stuff like that. Brandon and Knockin' reintroduction, I think it's coming. It's been so long since we've seen. What was that, Team B? It's been so long since we've seen them. I feel like that has to happen eventually. We saw a knock whenever Dorsey got brought back into the series. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I think there's a way that the time skip can happen that can have Bomb climb at a slower pace than everyone else. Let everyone else climb. Because that's the thing is that they don't have an issue not climbing with each other. I think that's a CU thing, why they're currently like hell-bent on climbing together. Before Bomb spent so much time away from the two of them, like they don't have issues climbing without each other. So I don't think that's not an obstacle that they wouldn't be able to decide over. Like, you guys go climb, I'll take my time, I have other things to do, this and that. I do think Bomb becoming a Slayer is something that has to happen. Like, he has to take the next step. Just confused on why Bomb wouldn't climb at the same pace or faster than everyone else. I'm just thinking, as it currently stands, like, no, he's not going to slow down. Right? He's not going to slow down as it currently stands. As Bomb sits in front of us at chapter 158 of season 3, he's not going to slow down. But I'm just thinking, like, events leading up to a time skip. What if something happens? What if, like, we still don't know, like, if Lustlek gets introduced and Lustlek is like, we need to do X, Y, and Z so that we can ensure this and yada, 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 and blah, 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 yada, all this stuff. There's no telling. What's up, Blaze? Sick of me? Why? There's no telling what can happen. So I'm thinking under that way. I'm thinking that way. And the only reason why I can't get over the hump of, like, let Bomb climb the tower really quick and then come back down is, why would they let him climb? That's just me. Why would they let him go all the way to 134, come all the way back down, and start a rebellion and a revolution to lead back up the tower? That's my thing. Why would they let him do that? They're trying to intercept him right now. Why would they let him do it? That's what I don't get. Why would you get to 134 and be like, nah, let's come back? That's where I'm stuck. It's like, I get they can't stop him from climbing, but look at what they're doing now. He's not finished his initial climb. So why would we fight tooth and nail all the way up the tower to come back down and then try to, like, that doesn't make sense. That just feels like the family heads, they want to die. We let this boy get in front of us, get in our presence, and then we let him leave? I don't know. They only intercepted Bomb because Bomb literally started a war to get Jin Sung back. I doubt they even act this early if Bomb just stayed at the what area? Regulars area? No, they the three rules. The three orders. The three orders, all three orders were being worked on at the same exact time. Kill everybody on the Hell Train, which included Bomb, and which we assumed they all knew about Bomb being there in the first place. Let's kill all the Rankers on the Hell Train. Kill the Pobedal family. What was the third order? I don't remember. But nah, they've been on Bomb for a while now. So I don't even think if Bomb decided to do this or not do it. They've been on him for a minute now. Because Jihad already sent FUG. Yeah, FUG. So it's just like Bomb was already wrapped up in all of this season 2 before Bomb did any of this Jinsung stuff trying to get him. Even though that was the start of Jinsung being wrapped up in all this because of the Caliban fight. So it's just like they were going after him anyways. That's why I'm like, I don't know. For them to be aware of who Bomb is, that's my whole thing. For them to be aware of who Bomb is, that he is Arlen's son, that there's a possibility that he has the power to destroy them, that he's involved with FUG, that he's a Slayer candidate, that he's all of these things. To me, it would just be idiotic to let him climb, become a ranker, go down, and then organize with FUG, and then actually try to lead the revolution against all of them. That just seems dumb to me. It just seems dumb. So even if they didn't try to interfere right now, they would have done something. I don't know. It's just it just seems stupid to me. In my random upload reaction times, I'm sorry. I get out of work. Sometimes I be up to it, sometimes I don't. I get it. I get to it when I get to it. Because up until now, they really didn't know what Bomb's intentions were. They really still don't know Bomb's intentions. But would you risk it? I don't know. I always think from the super cautious side. It's like, would I risk it? Right, I don't know. Would I risk it? I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if I risk it. Do I risk it? I have no idea. I have no idea. But there was going to be a time where they came to him anyways, though. That's the whole point of the fact of the matter is they were going to come to him at some point in time anyways. Udek is the example. So even if Bomb wasn't on this, they would have made themselves known to him because he's an irregular. So that's the whole thing. I think they would have come to him eventually. And plus, aren't we? I think we talked about this before that Jihad knew who Bomb was from the hidden floor. Whenever like his appearance happened there, right at the end when he shows up, that he was made aware of who Bomb is right there, right? That was before all this Jinsung stuff, no? So it's like I feel like eventually they would have introduced themselves or made themselves known to him or been like, hey, yada yada yada, you are this. I feel like that was gonna come eventually. Whether it had been hostile, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but the family heads don't know Bomb is. Do they not know that? I thought they did know that. I thought they did know. They do know who he is. Yeah, they do. They do know who Bomb is. Gastong knows who Bomb is. He absolutely knows who Bomb is. Right? I think Jihad knows. We don't know. That's been my whole thing too anyways. That's been my whole thing all the way up until I feel like recently. I feel like I was always on the side of we don't know who he is, and then people always told me that, oh no, he is that. Yeah, no, I've always said that we don't know if Bomb is actually the kid. Oh, he's allegedly the kid. We don't know that. I've always said that. We don't know that. Traumary even called him Bomb instead of Veal. Garm stories never confirmed. That's true. I don't know. I feel like Traumary hasn't really talked or recalled them. Does he remember them? The memories might be in Leviathan. Does he remember them? There's a chance he might not even remember them. That's true. Jihad might have a plan to recruit Bomb at the right time too. I don't know. Just taking everything away, Bomb being an irregular, they would have come to him eventually. Plus, V and Arlen's son died as a baby in the middle of a war thousands of years ago. I highly doubt anyone but Jihad would slightly recognize him. I thought Gastong's soft brought it up because didn't Gastong on the floor of death ask Bomb? It was him, right, that asked him this. That who asked him? Did he feel like he remembered this place? And Bomb was like, yeah, this place feels familiar. Was that Gastong that said that? And then Gastong is the one that said that he didn't like V. I feel like I remember those panels. They were standing somewhere talking. I thought he said that. Sunk says a lot we can't take at face value. Which is true. He could be lying. I literally feel no family head thinks Bomb is Veal because Veal literally already died. And it's like any logical person doesn't think people can come back from the dead. Are you saying Veal as the baby of Arlen? You confusing me. I read that for a second. I was like, wait, like the baby. So I've always called the baby just the baby. I've never given the baby a name. So are we saying Veal is the baby, like Arlen and V's baby? But Jihad definitely said, "I know who you are." I'm not saying that. Yes, they think Bomb is stealing Veal's. Didn't Jihad say that to him? I thought Jihad said that. I know who you like. I basically roundabout. I know who you are. I've recognized you before. So it's just I don't know. This stuff. I can talk about this stuff all day. It's my favorite part of the series. It's my favorite part of the series. I just love the family leaders. Jihad recognized his eyes and thought he killed him before. That's all we got, basically. Okay. So I remember the bare bones of a lot of things, not the details. The bare bones, but not the details. In my brain, I would assume that Jihad knows who Bomb is, and at the very least, Gastong knows who he is. I can't say if any of the other family leaders know who he is because we've never met them before. So we only know Traumare, Gastong, and Jihad from flashbacks and video calls. That's pretty much all we know, and I'm not counting Data Edon because that's Data Edon. I think everyone, not Jihad and Gastong, just thinks that Bomb is an irregular. Yeah, I think Jihad and Gastong knows that there's a chance that Bomb could be Arlen and V's baby, but the rest of them think that this is just another irregular in the tower. That's what I'm thinking. And And to them, this irregular is just caught up in some stuff, and we need to do something about it. So, but there's still something that's underlying. I want to go back to that conversation again with Jihad and Traumaray. Blanking with Jihad and Traumaray, because I know they mentioned him for a little bit, but I don't think Traum ever put any like indication about Bomb and what his identity is. Kind of just like, let me use the irregular. That's pretty much it. Not too convinced. Definitely think the family had to know about Axis. The first thing Arlen wanted to do was resurrect Bomb by meeting the outside god. The whole Axis thing now, because didn't blog posts get deleted? Or not deleted, just they're not a part of the canon. What is it called? They're not considered anymore. So like a lot of the Udex stuff that we know of, it's just like I don't think we can count it. So basically it's just like what we take from the series now. Which I'm gonna assume if any of the blog post stuff does come back, it'll be similar but different, like the Yama stuff. Like when Yama is first talked about in season 2, and little information we get from the blog posts, but when we finally get to meet him in season 3, he feels different. He feels like a completely different character, and it feels like throughout the years, maybe see you change some different things, move some stuff around. And Yama ended up being different because he felt like a completely different person when he's first introduced by like when Vadagarv first mentioned him and they talked about him during workshop battle and all that stuff. When he talked about Yama, go back and read it and then read season 3 when you actually meet Yama. They feel like two completely different people, and I just think that's just over the course of years planning out that story. He just changed Yama a little bit, so I think that's what that is. So if any of the blog post stuff gets brought back, it might be in a similar but different way. Yama is set up like as an underworld crime / mafia, right? And then when we meet him, he doesn't feel like that. He just feels like a ruler. Kinda, a little bit. Right? It's just a little bit. He's the chairman of the WWF. Yeah, they having fights and stuff. There's no guarantee that people worship. Yeah, I don't like the 12A version. We got a Yama. I like Yama. I think a version of Yama being like a mafia boss would be cool. But I like the Yama we got now. I do. I like the Yama we get now. All the stuff is up in the air. Is confirmed to exist because how it explained Phantom's presence in the tower. See, I don't. Did they talk about Jihad's palace being sacked in the series? For some reason, I remember that being brought up, and I don't really remember it. I remember the Kelhelm stuff when he tried to come, and Jihad met him there. So they did talk about that. All right. So Fanta as a being. Fanta as a being exists, but a lot of the lore we have about him could change. That's why I'm like, I don't even try to like think about it. Like all that lore and stuff could change. They could get reworked. It could be different. We don't know. Like Yama, because he's literally a shonen protagonist. I love Yama. I love Yama. Still not a fan of the Yasuracha stuff. I don't know. That's just a part of the story that's just it's how they, especially now, like still keeping them around. Should just let them die. What are we keeping them around for? I don't know. All of the, I think what would be a cool thing if all the Slayer candidates felt like main characters. That would be cool. Not all the Slayer candidates, all the Slayers. If all the Slayers felt like main characters, that would be cool. I don't know how you do that, I know how you try to balance that, but it'd be cool if they all had main character tendencies. Like Karaka has some, he has some main character tendencies. It's some. Sriracha is the best part of the Yama stuff? No way. White definitely has main character stuff. No way. I don't like the Yasracha stuff is something just it just I don't get it. Yama's factions in WWE, Crocus the Sith, yeah. I'm not a fan of the Yasracha stuff. I just don't like how I like the flashback, don't get me wrong. Whites of the Samurai Kingdom, yeah. What's bombs? You see what bombs? Bomb climbing with my friends. Come on, bro. Get together. It's get together. Yeah, I like the Yasracha stuff in the flashback, right? The whole I have no issue with the flashback. The flashback was cool. It's the whole Yama and Yasracha are gonna fight. Yama and Yasracha start fighting, and Yama feels weird, and he doesn't know, right? Yama feels weird. He doesn't know why he feels weird, right? Because he's never experienced fear before. So Yasracha goes on and explains to him that he's feeling fear. But then he further explains that the only reason why Yama is feeling fear is because he placed the fear on him when he was a baby. And then proceeds to say how much Yama is so afraid. To me, in my brain, that's just, is that real fear? Is it, you manipulated him against his will a long time ago, and now when he's come back to you, he's feeling this and doesn't know why, and we will never know if he would have ever felt that to you if you didn't meddle. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. That's what I never understood. It's just, and that it pissed me off because Yasracha harped on the fear. He kept bringing up the fear, like, you are afraid. Da-da-da. It's just like, you manipulate. It's whatever. Like, it would be different if it was like a Scarecrow Batman dynamic where it's like the fear toxin. Like when Scarecrow hits Batman with the fear toxin, he doesn't start harping on the fact that Batman's afraid of Scarecrow. No, he's like, yeah, I got you now. And then you got to try to find a way to navigate the fear toxin. Yasracha was like, yeah, you afraid of me? Yeah. It's like, no, we don't know if he would have been afraid of you. You cheated. You caught him when he was a baby. I don't, that's my whole thing with the Yasracha stuff. And I think he should have just died when he died. That's the whole thing. Him being like, oh, he has 6 months to live. He should have just died. We watched the little thing get destroyed. He should have just died. Him coming out of the form and being like, oh, I'm just going to slowly die. But all the black backstory and stuff is cool. Sounds like Baby Yama's fault for being caught lacking. It was Yasracha's fault that the kids were caught. Yasracha did it. They killed his daddy and his mom. He's a reason why. That's what I'm talking about. Yasracha pissed me off. It don't make no sense to me. Right? It's that doesn't make no sense to me. You want to know? And the reason why I harp on it so much is because the fear thing happened before we got the backstory. So I already was irritated. So it's like, even though after the fact, I'm like, oh, that was a cool backstory, Yasracha. And then I'd be like, man, you got that stupid fear plot thing or whatever. Ugh. And then he didn't die? Ugh. Come on. One of the best backstories in the series. Yes, I'm not denying that. But outside of that, ugh. Ugh. Come on. Ay. It's just like, come on. It's literally one of the best backstories in the series. A lot of Yasracha's subordinates and Yasracha himself have great backstories. Then I get to their characters now, and it's just like, ugh. That's how I feel about Yasracha. Like, I don't want to keep looking at Yasracha. No. I don't want to keep looking at him. I feel like he served his purpose. Why is he still here? That's a CU problem, though. Characters overstay their welcome. That's definitely a CU issue. It's been that way since the beginning of the series. Characters just stick around. Characters are just here, and then they just disappear into the back, and they fade away for 300 chapters, and then they'll pop back up for whatever reason. That's definitely a CU thing. So it's like, yes, I see no reason. I see no reason, and there's nothing else. Like, there's no other part of that story that should require Yasracha to be alive. We got the whole backstory. We got the Fang. We got everything we needed. Why is he still here? He doesn't need to be here. He could have just left. Could just be gone. That's just me. That's all I got. I think that's all I got. Yeah. I think that's all I got. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't know. I guess it is. I might call it. Trying to think, is there anything else to bring up? Something's gonna happen. Something's gotta happen with Leviathan, no? Soonish? I would assume something's gotta happen soonish with Leviathan. Has to. Something has to happen with Leviathan. I don't know. I feel like it's a layup. It's right there. Too many interactions. Excuse me. All right, I'm calling it. Have a good one, you guys. I'm gonna get this up. What time is it? 6 o'clock. Almost. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get this up by 8. Get this up by 8. So have a good one. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Have a good rest of the week. Have a good weekend coming up. Hopefully, God willing, I'll see you guys right back here next Monday for 159 season 3. So again, thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll see you. Peace out.